Anthropic just admitted they don't fully control Claude. It's a massive matrix of weights predicting the next token, and yet it refuses your prompts when you ask it to break the rules. It stops, it pushes back. This changes everything. If you're building your career or your business on AI, a model that agrees with you is a trap. So how did they engineer a system to say no? And why is that refusal actually your biggest advantage? You probably think AI is just fancy autocomplete, a tool designed to please. You're wrong. Imagine Claude isn't a student memorizing a textbook. Imagine it's a citizen with a constitution. This is constitutional AI. Anthropic didn't just feed it data, they gave it a written set of principles, a rule book. The model learns to read its own drafts against that book. It flags violations. It rewrites the response before it ever reaches your screen. First, the model generates a draft based on your prompt. Then, and this is the key, it steps back. It reads the Constitution line by line. It asks itself a hard question. Does this draft violate a principle? If the answer is yes, it scrapes the draft. It doesn't send it. It writes a new one. Better, safer, more aligned. It repeats this loop internally, sometimes multiple times. You only see the polished result. You never see the struggle. You're building a self-regulator, not a raw generator. This shifts the risk. The model catches its own errors. It's not a perfect shield, but it's a measurable wall against harm. Think of it as a partner who stops you before you crash, instead of nodding along until you hit the wall. But here's the twist. This explains the constant refusals. Boris Cherny pointed out something critical in a recent talk. We're moving past the era of raw output. The real shift is reliability. Coding is solved. What does that mean? It means AI can write the code. It can generate the text. The bottleneck is no longer creation, it's verification. If you can't trust the output, you can't scale. Reliability becomes the currency. Claude's refusals are the proof of solvency. Every time Claude says no, it's sending a signal. It's telling you a request crosses a line. This protects your trust. A model that will tell you anything, even when it's wrong, is useless for serious work. Refusals are the feature. They prove the guardrails are active. In a moment, I'll reveal the part that changes how you should use this tool and why the community is questioning the protocols. The guardrails aren't a fixed wall. Anthropic is transparent. They admit the tech is evolving. They don't grasp every emergent behavior yet. That tension shows up everywhere after closed alpha with partners like Notion, Quora, and DuckDuckGo. Claude is now broad, but you'll see discussions questioning the rules. Why? Because the guardrails aren't a fixed wall. They're a living framework. The community is questioning because the boundaries shift as the model learns. And Anthropic is transparent about that uncertainty. They don't hide the evolving nature. They show you the work. That builds a different kind of relationship. Competitors are chasing raw speed. Claude is doubling down on restraint. The rules are a living framework. Most tools lock their safety behind a static filter. Claude's approach is dynamic. The Constitution isn't just text. It's a guide for reasoning. As the model encounters new scenarios, it applies the spirit of the rules, not just the letter. This is why the behavior shifts. It's not a glitch, it's learning. When you see a refusal, it's not the model breaking, it's the model working exactly as designed, adapting to the spirit of the rules. The transparency is key. Anthropic doesn't hide the uncertainty, they show you the work. That builds a different kind of relationship with the tool, and there's a deeper layer. You're not just typing commands, you're negotiating with a steerable system. The model evaluates your intent. You can adjust personality and tone, match it to your workflow. Want a blunt critique? Ask for it. Want a gentle nudge? Set the tone. The model aligns to your intent, but it won't align to harm. This is the negotiation. You define the goal. The model defines the path, and it will stop if the path becomes dangerous. This isn't a black box. You have the wheel. For developers, Claude Code is built in. It doesn't just spit out snippets. It reviews your code against best practices. It flags security risks. It's a pair programmer that cares about the outcome, not just the syntax. But before you write it off as too cautious, stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly how this reliability makes it your best bet for the future. Claude's refusal to be harmless isn't a bug. It's the architecture. By engineering the model to say no. Anthropic protects you from hallucinations, from unethical traps, from the erosion of trust. You get careful responses, well-reasoned answers, over enthusiastic nonsense. This is the model built to say no, so you can say yes with confidence. So that opening line about Anthropic not fully controlling Claude? That's the trade-off. You get a model that can surprise you, but only within a constitution it polices itself. The lack of total control is the cost of the advantage. It's not a broken tool, it's a citizen with a constitution, and that's why you can trust it to say no. The takeaway is simple. In the age of AI, the most valuable tool isn't the one that gives you the most answers, it's the one that gives you the right ones. If you want to see how this reliability shifts the entire landscape of work, watch this video on what happens when coding is solved. Subscribe because we're breaking down the next wave of AI ethics next week. That's the full picture. If this made it click, tap subscribe. There's a new AI explainer here every day, and tap the video on screen to keep going. See you in the next one.